Sup guys, I'm Metal Hub to 150 classic albums by the end of the year. I'm also doing Patreon requests, and thankfully, this is both. Aubrey requested the first Wu-Tang request from my Patreon. I did enter the 36 Chambers by myself. Basically, before I started the channel and got like any Patreon subs or anything like that, I basically did a backlog of like first-time reactions of 36 Chambers. Absolutely loved that album. And then I did Wu-Tang Forever as one of the rare exceptions to the rule of I only do Patreon requests, because I just really wanted to do it, and I was about to go to the Wu-Tang Final Chamber concert in Australia, and I wanted to know at least Wu-Tang Forever songs, because those seem to be the two like main Wu-Tang albums, to the point where I didn't even know there was more albums after the first two, apart from the fact of like that Martin Shkreli album or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I've never done a solo album of a Wu-Tang member, and I'm so glad that it has been requested. And this one is, according to like critics and everything, the best one, and is the highest rated on like all the music rating websites and everything, which I find to be a bit interesting, because I'm curious about like proper Wu-Tang fans, not like new Wu-Tang fans, what is the best solo album, because Old Dirty Bastard just actually doesn't get mentioned, which is weird, because from when I went to the concert, everyone is like talking about Capadonna and Old Dirty Bastard solo albums, and Cuban Links is considered like a top 3 amongst like music rating websites and stuff like that, but that seems to be above Liquid Swords for a lot of people. And yeah, all of that sort of jazz I just find it very interesting. I would like to learn more about. I don't, when it comes to GZA, I know that GZA is the genius. I know GZA is like one of the best, but on the 2 Wu-Tang albums, I feel like his presence isn't like the biggest. I remember from 36 Chambers, I found Inspector Deck to be fucking incredible. I absolutely adored the Inspector Deck and Old Dirty Bastard. Those were the 2 that like stood out in my mind the most. RZA's verse on Tears, that one stood out, and I feel like Ghostface Killer kind of stands out. They all do in their own way, but like the main 2 to me is Inspector Deck and Old Dirty Bastard. So I'm curious to delve into just GZA and see why he is like lauded as potentially the best. I feel like the 2 that people bounce around as like being the best at most of the time is GZA and Ghostface Killer. But yeah, I'm curious to jump into it. Let's see how it goes.
When I was little, my father was famous. He was the greatest samurai in the empire, and he was the shogun's decapitator.
Also, is RZA doing all of the production on here? I'd assume so.
He cut off the heads of 131 lords. It was a bad time for the empire. The shogun just stayed inside his castle, and he never came out. People said his brain was infected by devils. My father would come home.
I wonder if this is a remaster, because it's recorded very clear, and the production was really high.
But the Shogun was scared of him. Maybe that was the problem. Then, one night, the Shogun sent his ninja spies to our house. They were supposed to kill my father, but they didn't. That was the night everything changed.
Sometimes you gotta fast and back. See, niggas don't know where this shit started. Y'all know where it came from. I'm saying we're gonna take y'all back to the source, the knowledge. Yo,
production sounds really good.
Tell about the names and to perform. Some had to snort cocaine to act insane. With the boy, he rocked it on down on the mental plane.
I love P-Rock. Seriously.
With the building to be born. Yo, up to the track, the what you got. Fake niggas get flipped and mic fights. I swing swords and cut clown. Shit is too swift to bite. You record and write it down.
I like how they say swords.
On a murder scene, like a syringe on some wild out shit to insert a fame. But it was your walk the shop, stolen art, catch a swollen heart from not rolling smart. I put bad pressure on phony whack rhymes to get hurt. Shit's played like zodiac signs of sweatshirt. That's minimum and feminine like sandals. My minimum table stacks the verse on a gamble. Energy is felt once the chord to death with the impact of roundhouse kicks from black belts that attack. Them white bones like cyclones atop home tunes. I represent from midnight to high noon. I don't waste ink, nigga. I think I drop megaton bombs more faster than you blink. Cause rhyme thoughts travel at a tremendous speed through clouds of smoke of natural blends of weed. Only under one circumstance, as if I'm blunted, turn that shit up. My clan in the front wanted. Now when the MCs came to live out the name, they took to perform. Some had to snort cocaine to the act the same. For he rocked it on down on with
It's
the
so
mental
cool
plane, just to spark
thing.
the brain. With the
I'll pause it. I think it's really cool the level of shout outs that like happen in early hip hop. Like always talking about like Pete Rock. You'll like a Busta Rhymes record will always mention like Q-Tip in native tongues and all that. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like so cool. I feel like maybe I'm just like not listening to the right ones, but I feel like there's not as much of shouting out and of like community when it comes to that sort of thing. Also, like in modern rap, and if it does, it's usually through like materialistic lens. It's like, oh look, if they like mention like different, like let's say fucking Future mentions Drake or something like that, they'll be like, oh yeah, Drake, he just got #1, he's the biggest artist ever, that sort of thing. Where like a lot of the not a lot of the praise and a lot of like the shout outs that people do here, it feels like more earnest because it's talking about like Pete Rock as like a symbol as an artist, right? Like it's focusing more on the art and rather than the accolades. Yeah.
to be born, yo, the RZA flip the track with the what? I'm on a mission that niggas say is impossible. But when I swing my swords, they all choppable. I be the body dropper, the heartbeat stopper, child educator, plus head infiltrator. Cause niggas' styles are old like Mark 5 sneakers. Lyrics are weak like clock radio speakers. Don't even stop at my station and attack while your plan fell with the rail like Amtrak. What the fuck for? Damn, my law make law. I be justice. I sentence that ass 2 to 4. Ran the clocks. That state pen time. Check it. But the pins I'll be sticking with, you can't stake the crime. Came through with the woo, slid off on the DL. I'm low key like seashells, I rock these bells. Now come aboard, it's Medina bound into the chamber. And it's a whole different sound, it's a wide entrance. Small exit like a funnel, so deep it's picked up on radios and tunnels. Niggas are fascinated how the shit begin. Get vaccinated, my logo is branded in your skin. When the MCs came to live out the name, and to perform, some had to snort cocaine to act the same. Before he rocked it on, now on with the mental plane, just to spark the brain, with the building to be born. Yo, RZA flip the track, what the fuck is it the phone?
It's so interesting. It's so crazy how different every single like rapper is. I feel like it's gonna be so cool delving into like the solo albums because you get like tastes of it and on Wu-Tang, and because it's the whole clan like together doing that sort of like bouncing off each other and like being competitive. There's just like ruckus energy, and you get like when you get like a moment that is a bit like more chill or whatever, like what we get from like this on GZA, it's only for a verse, so the entire energy of Wu-Tang on an album is still high octane, where this is very chill, and it's like not what I necessarily would expect from Wu-Tang. Because even like Tears, which is like a very sentimental track, that is high octane energy. Like there's a lot of energy to there because they put it like there's a lot of ad libs and all that sort of stuff. This is like a very stripped back sort of track. Also, if you haven't watched one of my videos before, I do ratings on the side. These are my first listen ratings. I listen to these projects multiple times over before I post them to my Discord, where you can chat to me about the ratings. I'm always active in there. I also posted the album of the year, which is the music rate website I used and I was referencing earlier. Before this channel, I basically listened to 10 albums front to back my entire life. I listened to a lot of music. It was just the same music. It was Linkin Park, Bring Me Horizon, that sort of like new age metal. And since this channel started about basically a year and a bit ago, I've listened to about 1,200 albums. My average rating is a 6 out of 10. I solely think that's because I'm getting requested amazing classics like this, and I have 200 subs over on Patreon now. They all have the ability to request an album, 200 albums a month. I can't really listen to anything outside of Patreon requests, and they're going to request better stuff. So I think spiritually I have like a 5 out of 10 average, because if something's a 5.1, I think it's above average. But I'm listening to so much good stuff that I think that's the reason why my average is a 6 out of 10. With this, I feel like a re-listen might change. The stripped back nature of it is something that I'll have to adjust to. I still think it's a great track, so I'll give it an 8, but I think me coming in with the assumptions that it's going, like, it's Wu-Tang, it's going to have this chaotic sort of energy, dampened my first experience of this, for it to be like a perfect, oh my god, this is like breaking my brain, because I just have to adjust myself to this sort of sound, because yeah, I was expecting those 6 chambers. Yeah, but and what I found interesting about like the fact that it's all stripped back is the rapping style. It's sort of magical by GZA, because like when his rhymes they're not like staccatic sort of Midwest stuff from like 2000s or whatever, where it's like super intricate like Tech 9 sort of stuff, or like the delivery is super intricate. It's very like smooth, chilled back, stripped back delivery. The like rhymes themselves and like the lyricism themselves is like, there's a beauty in this, like in a bit of a simplicity to it. Like it's good rhyming, but like it's not stupidly complicated. But despite all of that, it feels better than all of those, like, and all of that analysis or whatever, right? Like, there's a bit of a magic that he adds to it that makes it, like, more entertaining and more captivating. Like, his delivery embodies, like, that smoothness to a level that, like, other rappers just don't. Like, aren't able to get to. Inspector Deck.
We see your trap. You can never escape your fate. Submit with honor to a duel with my son.
I'm very curious. Is everyone in the Wu-Tang like kung fu movie fanatics? Or is it like RZA imparting like his hyperfixation on everyone? Does everyone in the group love it? Or is it like mainly like a RZA's idea of it? You know? Oh, the production. Ooh.
Yo, picture bloodbaths and elevator shafts like these murderous rhymes typed from genuine craft. Check the print. Swear veterans, spoke the lettering. Slow moving MCs is waiting for the editing. The liquid soluble that made up the chemistry, a gaseous element that burned down your ministry. Herbal vapors and biblical paper smoking exodus. Every square yard is plush. Fuck the screw face photo sessions. Facial expression leaves impression. Try to keep a sharp nigga guessing. Give praise and shout some, here's the outcome. Cut across the semi-gloss rhymes you floor. Shit is outdated, just like neck loads of sterling. Suede fronts, bell bottoms, and tricolor shearlings. I ain't particular, I bang like vehicular homicides on July 4th in Bed-Stuy. Where money don't grow on trees and there's Steve and MCs who cut throat to rake leaves. They can't breathe, blood splash, rushing fast like running rivers. I be that whiskey in your liver.
Oh, it's so sad that Spotify doesn't have all the lyrics. I'm reading it. I love Massacre though. He seems so kind.
Stinging something while I reveal science that's heavily guarded by the culprit. Bombing your barracks with aerodynamics foreplay. Poison darts by the doorway. Minds that's laced with explosive doses. Damaging lyrical launcher. Lunge at the youthful offender, then injure any contender. Testing a murderous master could lead to disaster. Dynamite thoughts explode through your barrier. Rips the retina. Who can withstand the astonishing, punishing stings to the sternum? Shocked in the hip-hop livestock, seeking for a serum to cure them.
Folks killed for drugs, plus the young bucks bust. Ducking handcuffs, throats get cut when dough rush. Out of town foes look shook but still pose.
I just feel like Inspector Deck has the best voice, like delivery.
The windows in 160, so control the avenues. That's the dream that's sold. Building lobbies, the graveyards for small timers. Bitches caught in airport, keys in their vaginas. No peace, yo, the police mad.
Oh, like he just brings so much like energy, but not in the same like chaotic manner for like older bastards.
Claims to be the hardest individual. Critical thoughts, criminal minded, blinded by illusion, finding it confusing. All of the iron minds, just that 52 fatal strike. All of the iron minds, just that 52 fatal strike.
Oh, I love this. I would say like I'm being a bit like strict, I guess. You can't see it. I gave this a 9. I think it's amazing, but I'm leaving room for something to be like a 10, like truly blowing my socks off, like that I couldn't expect. On a re-listen, maybe this goes up, because maybe it ends up being my favorite track, and I'm like, oh, actually, it's kind of perfect. But I'm just leaving some room to rate a bit higher. But yeah, I found like the production on this is fucking sick. Master Killer is such a cool story. I feel really bad because I went to the Wu-Tang and I got I have the 36 Chambers vinyl and I went to get it signed. A story for that, actually. You're not allowed to bring in fucking anything to Australian venues for some reason. There's a Brisbane Entertainment Centre is the one that I went to, and you're not allowed to bring in Sharpies or anything like that because they don't want graffiti inside the building, despite the fact that it's about to be knocked down to build another stadium, so who gives a shit if there's graffiti for the next like 6 months. Anyway, you're not allowed to bring that in, so we got checked. I had like 3 on me, and I was like, oh, I asked like the security, am I allowed to do this? Like, look, we have vinyls, can I, like, I'm at the front, I've waited since like 6 a.m, can I get signed? They're like, oh, let me check the manager, and the manager went, no. So I then went to the cloakroom, put 2 of the pens into my bag, put it into the cloakroom, and then stuck one underneath my shoe, like in my sock, underneath my foot. So I had to walk with like, I needed to limp, but I had to try and like make it so they wouldn't notice I'm limping, because it's very uncomfortable. But then I got in there, got at the front, and then like RZA, Ghostface Killer, mainly, they were the ones that like noticing the vinyl to like, seems like they're eyeing maybe to sign it or whatever throughout the entire performance. Granted, I wasn't holding up the entire time. Like, I'm not there. I was there to enjoy it. It's like when there was a lull, I would hold up my vinyl. I'm not just a fucking dickhead. But and then at the end, Master Killer signed it, and I was like, oh, that's really sick. But I didn't know much about Master Killer because like I'm a new fan. Going into more interviews with Master Killer and everything like that, I fucking love the dude. Like, and like seeing their interviews, like DJ Vlad interviews are the ones I've been watching. Like seeing the interviews with Master Killer, he just has such like a humble energy to him where he just like really appreciates it. Like a lot of them talk about like a lot of kerfuffle that they had around Wu-Tang era, like Forever era and all that sort of stuff. And Master Killer's like, I don't really remember that because I just loved being there and like touring. It's like, you know what? Like it makes sense that you were the one that actually came down to sign my stuff. But like it just makes sense. Like you're fucking really, he just seems like a really sweet fucking guy. Inspector Deck, also seeing some interviews about him, like, and learning about the fact that like when I listened to Those Chambers, everyone was like, oh, actually, like Inspector Deck is considered by Wu-Tang fans to maybe be the best. It's just the flood that happened in RZA's thing. How he handles that with like the level of like grace and stuff like that he has, I really appreciate that. Like, I know they feel like very grounded individuals, which is, I don't know, I really like Inspector Deck, it seems like, as a person from what I've seen. Same with Master Killer. And it's just cool that like Inspector Deck was the one that also would seem to be the one that like really drew my attention for how like amazing of a rapper he is. Yeah, I don't know. It's oh yeah, the Master Killer thing. Like with Master Killer, the idea that I like on Mystery of Chessboxing was like the first time he ever wrote a rhyme. Like what the fuck? And going on to this, like this is probably like at this point, right? It might have been like the 5th fucking verse he's ever written, and it's like still really good. It's crazy.
Yeah, son. Check it out, son. Yeah.
What's that?
Can I get a suit? Got the capital G.
Method Man's on this, right? Oh, who's doing this? Because I like it. I love RZA's voice. The production is so good. Oh.
My rhyme gross weight via two combination was too heavy for the Chevys, it's chased out the station. Double edge was the guillotine that beheaded
The production clarity on this fucking beat is sick. It's so crisp.
X marked the spot on the scope. Heavily armed military is necessary, it's a gamble. MCs bet they best at every powerful parable release might harm if tampered with, set off and strike like pipe bombs. Flashbacks to the duel of the Iron Mike. Look out for these fatal flying spikes of massive sleep holes. Put strangles on commercial angles. Microphone cords tangled from being star spangled. Now who could ever say they heard
rhymes hit like that.
Motherfucking style is mad murderous. Well, if you like the way you sound and clap, man, clap, man. The bitches love it too, and then raise your hand. Come on. But only raise your hands if you're sure. Punk nigga shot out like a glass jaw. Yeah. Well, if you living in the world today, you be hearing the slang like the Wu-Tang say.
Like that verse, as well as the opposite of what I was talking about with like Liquid Force, where it's like that, the way he used words there is surprising. It's just so good.
I'd rather not.
I'm talking about stacks, cuz
Nigga, that's what I got.
cash rules involved.
Cash rules the spot. My preliminary attack, the cemetery's packed of niggas who think it ain't like that. MCs are gunned down like being run down with mad trucks. Then God struck religious niggas call it bad luck. Raps a lab. You got caught up in the web, now beats are stinging. Yo, that nigga's him singing. I'm swinging swords, strictly based on keyboards. Unbalanced like elephants and ants on seesaws. I throw raps that attack like the Japs on Pearl Harbor. MCs be out like bank robbers, flinging the scene. To be a soul survivor, DJ the getaway driver. Try to dip, but he died. I socialized with vocal vibe. On track, stabbed up with razor sharp knives. Criminal, subliminal minded, rappers find it hard to define it. But narrow is the gate for fat tapes, and it played out and out of date. Then I construct my thoughts on sight to renovate. And from that point, the guard made a statement, drafting tracements. Replacements and basements, materials and sheetrock to soundproof the beatbox and microscopic optic to see through the Fox 6 obnoxious topic. Major labels, flavor tropical, punchline that's unstoppable. Ring like shots from Glocks that attract cops around the clubs to try to shut down the hip hop. But we only increase if everything is peace. Father UC King, the police. Well, if you living in the world today, we be hearing the slang that the Wu-Tang say. Niggas that front, we don't have them. So we blast them. Right. Well, okay. Well, if you like the way you sound and clap, man.
Damn, this might be like that 10 out of 10 song.
But only raise your hands if you're
Like, it's just, this is incredible.
If you living in the world today, you be hearing the slang that the Wu-Tang say. Niggas that front, we don't have them. So we blast them. All right. Well, okay.
Yeah, I feel like this is a perfect track. Like, how could it even be better? Like, the verses are fucking sick. The production is outstanding. The like rapping is incredible. Like, I actually have a few questions about like some of like their philosophy. I feel because like I find 90s hip hop to be very interesting, and it's echoed by what like people like RZA has said on interviews and stuff like that, where like he finds that them being shelved from Hot 97 led to like southern hip hop like bouncing up, and because New York is a lot more of like a literary society compared to like southern stuff, that you lost, he spoke about like how you kind of lost a bit of like the philosophy that was within 90s hip hop when we shifted to like southern, because something about like southern education is a lot worse, and due to like, I'm assuming due to like remnants of slavery, because the South was more entrenched with it because they were fighting for it in the Civil War and stuff like that, that like the literary rates and stuff like that led to there being like, well, like led to less education to be able to like talk about philosophy, that sort of thing. Like, I guess if we were going to try and relate it to another thing as a comparison, is like early Christianity, it appealed to the unfortunate, marginalized, like the illiterate. So we don't actually have a lot of like documentation of what the fuck Christianity was for like the first like 200 years, because it was for the downtrodden, and they're not the ones that are going to like upkeep history, like history kind of written by the victors. That's not necessarily true, it's written by historians as well, but like that sort of concept. And it's something, with all of that being said, it's something that I noticed and what I really appreciated about East Coast, because I felt like when I listened to a lot of 90s East Coast stuff, like if I listened to Yasin Bey, or I listened to Illmatic, or I listened to Ready to Die by Biggie, like which that was like a shocking experience. By the way, all these first time reactions are on Patreon. They're eventually going to get to YouTube. But yeah, the thing that was shocking to me was like Ready to Die. I thought fucking Biggie was just like a Drake pop hit, dude. I also thought Tupac was that same way. Like they're talked about like they're just like pop stars. Like they kind of just make hits. And then I listened to Ready to Die. It's like, no, that's just like a fucking really well written story. Like that's just a really like, and there's a lot of like wisdom within that. Yeah. Anyhow, it's the thing that I loved and grappled with 90s hip hop. And it's one of the things I'm curious about when it comes to the Wu-Tang in general, because they talk about like cash ruling everything, which feels, I'm wondering where they stem from that, because it feels like it comes from like a more nihilistic perspective, where I feel like there's two ways you can take that, where it's like cash rules everything, and you make like rap art and stuff like that, where one side views it and ties it to capitalism, says that that needs to be rooted out, and then the other side is, I guess, like, Wu-Tang members, they seem to talk more about like get your money to make sure that you can like be in a position to be able to support your family. Like RZA talks a lot about like get like the like kind of like hustle culture to try and make sure that you get into a position where you can build a family and have those opportunities afforded to you. And I'm wondering if that is a stemming from the fact that he believes the system can't change. Like, is he in somewhat support of the system, and he views like the history of black people being subjugated and not strictly through racism, or does he have more of like a class angle to it? Because there seems like there's a lot of bend, I feel, of like 90s rap where it has a lot of like Pan-African sort of viewpoints, and I'm wondering where like Wu-Tang sit with it. Is it that they've, I don't know, like what's their, like they speak about philosophy stuff quite a bit, like what's their ideal society? Is it we basically live in the current system but racism is rooted out, so everyone has the ability to make like get money, capitalism, all that sort of stuff? Or do they believe in like a lot of, I guess, like the more radical forms of politics, but they just don't think it's feasible, so it's kind of like, fuck it, just get your money anyway? Like, does it stem from them talking about that? Does that stem from them having a nihilism about the system changing? Or is it they viewed that this system is just corrupted by racism and not by the system inherently? I hope I was able to explain that properly. I'm curious to like find out more about like their own beliefs and stuff like that, because there's one aspect of like 90s hip hop that I absolutely love, is hearing like more perspectives like that. I hope I wasn't too rambly with that, but yeah, I really like this track as well.
Hey yo, shorty, yo, that's my word. Oh, y'all smelling y'all piss now. Y'all think y'all yo, anybody get caught flinging over here? I'm returning them. That's my word. They get blasted. Anything from 220 to 140, that's mine. Y'all niggas step the fuck off. Y'all niggas ain't crazy for real.
Yo, the things ain't coming fast enough. There is no cut that's real enough. I can't fold, I need gold, I re-up and reload. Product must be sold to you. I'm deep down in the back streets, in the heart of Medina, about to set off something more deep than a misdemeanor. Under the subway, waiting for the train to make noise, so I can blast a nigga in his voice for what? Who pushed up on the block and made the dope sales drop like the crash in the Dow Jones stock. I had to connect across seals to catch more mills than whole bitches got birth control pills. I'm in the park, setting up a deal over blunt fire. Bum nigga sleeping
flow
on the
is
fence
sick
and had
there.
a wired. Peep my convo, the address of my condo, and how I change a nigga.
There's a bit of a
John Doe.
G-funky
And while he
vibe
set
to
up
this to me,
camp, he
in the
got
back of
jammed
this
with the
bit.
stake through his heart. I ripped his fucking
Like the higher
fence
pitch,
apart.
stuff like that,
Snake got
on the
smoked
right.
on the set like Brandon Lee, blown out the frame like Pan Am Flight 103. He got swung on, his lungs was torn. The kingpin just castled with his rook and lost the pawn. A regular on the block, the plate look out, proclaim predator with a Glock. Should have took out. No neighborhood is rough enough. There is no clip that's full enough. I can't fold, I need gold. I re-up and reload. Product must be sold to you. Yeah. Things ain't coming fast enough. There is no cut that's pure enough. I can't fold, I need gold. I'll be up and reload. Product must be sold. Yo, it's mandatory that I supply all my troops with mega firearms, big apes, and spread them out like crops on the farm to get cream. Sometimes they repaint the scene, like the last episode on GZA. Never niggas plant bombs till the smoke from the blast becomes thick and flows through. All they knew, he's gun sick. His Glock clicks like high hill shoes.
I'm just so wrapped for attention
Stand on hills and invade
whenever I'm listening to the lyrics.
Shoveling dirt, he's out to hurt. For instance, to chop off hands and tap work. His idols would lock down airports.
Like legends like Wu-Tang and shit.
Catching 10% of what the fiends snort. I've been to ski resorts and pin hills and move keys and had a skis making drops on snowmobiles. The plan was to expand, catch 7 figures, release triggers, and live large and bigger than my nigga who promised his mom's a mansion with mad room. She died and he still put 100 grand in the tomb. Open wounds, he hid behind closed doors and still organizes crime and drug wars. Things ain't coming fast enough. There is no cut that's pure enough. I can't fold any gold.
I'll give this a 9, but if I'm being honest, like this, it's probably a 10.
No neighborhood is rough enough. There is no clips that's full enough. I can't fold, I need gold. I re-up and reload. Product must be sold to you. There's no cuts that's tight enough. There is no niggas that's fucked with us.
It's just, it's kind of fucked how talented they were. Because I saw them live, they're still fucking sick. I spoke about it in the Wu-Tang Forever, but it's genuinely crazy how it sounds weird. It's like Wu-Tang kind of aren't more than the sum of their parts, because like every single rapper there is like genuinely one of the best of all time, and it was so early on into the genre, and they were able to like become a collective and have like 9-10 members that are all just some of the best of all time. It's crazy, like the level of talent. Also, the production is so sick on this. I don't know who Life is.
I had a bad
Lifelines?
dream.
Don't be afraid.
I'm curious.
Bad dreams are only dreams. What a time you chose to be born.
These are some of like the best beats of this style I've ever heard. Oh, who's Lifeline? Because he has a gorgeous voice, what the fuck?
It was the night before New Year's and all through the fucking projects. Not a handgun was silent, not even a tech. Outsiders were stuck by enemies who put fear and blasted on the spot before the pigs were dead. You know hoods, robbing, snipers, new in sight. Fuck blue and white, they escaped before them flashed the fucking lights. Gunshots shatter first floor window panes. Shells hit the ground and blood stained the dice game. Whether pro calisthenic, any style you said it, beat niggas toothless, physically cut up like gooses. But with iron on the side, thugs took no excuses. Therefore, your 52 hand blocks is useless. Links were snatched off necks, scars on throats. Jackets took after bullet rips through coats against those who felt the cold from the steel, made them fold and squeal. Once the metal hit the temple of his grill, construction worker who was caught for his bomber. No time to swing the hammer that was hanging from his farmers. In his bug, how some niggas catch slugs and pockets dug from everything except check stubs, and it does sound ill like wars in Brownsville or fatal robberies in Red Hook. When feds look for fugitives to shoot cops, niggas laying on rooftops for his cream he stashed in a shoebox. But he was hot and the strip was filled with young killers you don't suspect. So cops creep like caterpillars and born thieves. They hooded with extra bullets. Those who try to flee, they hit the vertebrae, increase the murder rate. Similar to hitmen who pull out texts and then drop those crack like tacos from Mexican. Rapid like recipients casting checks again. Back to the motherfucking spot on Lexington.
Dude, the rhyming is sick. I want to learn so much more about Life. I tried to look up, but it's really hard.
No time to freeze, undercovers ease up and Grand Prix and seize packages and pocket.
Wait, is he only on this fucking album? Why? Let's look it up. That's why it's hard to look up.
Madness strikes at 12 o'clock midnight. Stick up kids on the prowl, broke the staircase light, and I stays harassed, scrambling for petty cash. Jakes on my ass, young bucks is learning fast. 357s and 44s, brought inside corner stores, provide sparks for wars. Hospital floors surrounded by the law, homicide questioning while the Jakes guard the door. My hood stay tense, loyalty puts strength in my team, cause niggas make concerns cream. Some niggas in the jet black gallant shot up the Chinese restaurant for this kid named Lamont. I thought he was dead, but instead he missed the kid and hit a 12-year-old girl in the head and then fled. Tactical narcotic task force, back off fast, cause the crime boss is passing off cash. Extortions for bosses, the streets causes beef, having followers of Indians trying to play cheap. You witness the saga, casualties and drama. Life is a script, I'm not an actor but the author of a modern day opera. We're the main character, it's presidential papers, the dominant factor.
I love like the production being like RZA being such like a movie buff. It just adds like a nice flair to it. Like this sounds, also the vocals here are fucking incredible. But yeah, it just adds like a, like this just sounds like a really well done like classic movie soundtrack in the back. This is perfect. Why did Life never make something again? I looked it up and on the database stuff that I used on album, yeah, like it just seems he only did stuff for this and he has nothing else that he's worked towards. Like album-wise, didn't have his own solo career, didn't feature on another album. Because his voice is really fucking pretty. Like where did he come from? I want to know more, like more about him. I kind of feel like listening to this is a tiny bit bittersweet because it's so fucking good. I'll pause it. Like, it's so good. And this is not to take away from like the other albums I'm about to mention because they deserve the plaudits that they get. But it's not fair. Like, it's not like a fair relative thing. Like, for example, this album is fucking amazing. And with like music nerds sort of stuff at the moment, there's like certain 90s albums that are just heralded as like the top, and they're so popular for their like, yeah, they're so popular because of that. Like Illmatic, really like obviously an amazing album, but when I look at like the ratings and popularity of an Illmatic compared to this, Illmatic has like 30,000 ratings by users on Album of the Year. This has like 5,000. That's not, that is Illmatic 6 times better than this? No, obviously not. Even if you think Illmatic is like the clear better, it's like it's not 6 times better than this. Like this is a fucking amazing album, and it's from the same time. That's the reason I'm thinking of it. There's also like Mad Villainy by MF Doom that has like 30,000. So, like, I just feel I'm getting like, I don't know. It makes me a bit sad because there is a lot of 90s hip hop that feels like it's getting lost to time because of some random reasons, I guess. Like a good example is A Tribe Called Quest, obviously amazing. Low End Theory is obviously amazing. It's basically like if you hear anything about it in music nerd spaces from like my generation and stuff like that, it's like, oh, that birthed jazz rap. Not necessarily true because I'm pretty sure Straight Outta the Jungle did, but same Native Tongues Collective, sure. But like, I personally prefer Return to the, like, Mecca on the, no, not Return to the Mecca, that's the song. Mecca on the Soul Brother by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. That's a jazz rap album that I think, I don't know if this is crazy, but I think the production's better. And I think the rapping is more entertaining for me. That album came out like 6 months after Low End Theory, but it has like 500 ratings, where Low End Theory has like 40,000. It's like there's so much like amazing stuff that is just like what, like that should have the same level of love. But there's like these certain like milestone albums that people pick out, and it's like they're going to be on every single list, and these really amazing albums that are literally right next to it just won't get the same level of plaudits. Like when Apple Music makes a top 100 albums list, they're not going to put Liquid Swords on it. They're going to put Illmatic. They're going to put The Chronic. They're going to put Ready to Die. They're going to put All Eyes on Me. All these albums, amazing albums. But it's like, just go one level deeper. And you don't even have to, like, there's nothing that makes this album uniquely different to not get consideration the same way that those albums get consideration. Just go one level deeper and you'll find just albums just as good that deserve the plaudits like this. If you're going to make a top 100 albums list, it's like, if you're going to have 36 Chambers, maybe if you add like cultural factor in, you put 36 Chambers at like top 20, and then you put Liquid Swords at like 80. If you but it needs to be on the list. Like, it kind of doesn't make sense. It's like, I don't care where you put it. It's just, it kind of needs to be there because it feels weird if you don't. Like, this album is fucking amazing, and there are so many albums that are incredible around that time that just don't get the shine that they should. And this one is this one's even an example that they gets a certain amount of shine. Like, this gets at least 5,000, 6,000 ratings. Like, it at least gets some shine. You will see it on some lists, but it deserves more. And then there's albums like Mecha and the Soul Brother that deserve so much more. Like, I've never heard someone even mention the album until I just randomly found it. Well, I've at least heard of Liquid Swords because it's considered like, there's like I would say maybe there's like 3 or 4 Wu-Tang solo albums that are always mentioned. It's Liquid Swords, Cuban Links, Supreme Clientele, and I might be missing another one. I just looked it up. No, it's just those 3. There's not 4. There's Liquid Swords, Own Bill for Cuban Links, Supreme Clientele. Those are the only ones that will be mentioned, it seems. And I also just looked it up. Like, even 36 Chambers, like just Wu-Tang in general, I don't feel like is getting enough shine because 36 Chambers has like 15,000 ratings, where, as I said, like Illmatic has like 30,000. Same with like Mad Villainy. It's like those albums, as I said, those albums deserve that love, obviously. But Wu-Tang is so important. Like, even growing up as like a random fucking kid, dude. Like, I lived in rural Australia. Like, I grew up in rural Australia. Nothing related to Wu-Tang played on the radio, not even remotely. I didn't hear Cream until I was like 16 for the first time. Like, that sort of thing. But Wu-Tang is so culturally significant that if you ask me, like, if you ask 8-year-old me, name rap groups or name rap artists, it's like Wu-Tang's coming to my mind. I wouldn't have known any of the names of the rappers, but Wu-Tang comes first to mind. Like, that, they're the group. But, like, it feels like their popularity or whatever is waning, which is so cringe to me because, like, it's so good. Also, I want to know who Killer Priest is. And Freddy Krueger and the vocals. I need to know more about Life. Like, why the fuck did he only do like 2 choruses and then just dipped? A lot shorter of an album. I like Truck, I mean.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get on, you're gonna get rich. And all these labels be trying to lure us in like spiders into the web, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes people gotta come out and speak up and let people understand that, you know, you gotta read the label. You gotta read the label. If you don't read the label, you might get poisoned.
Tommy ain't my motherfucking boy. When your fake moves on a nigga you employ, who will emerge off your set. Now you
this
know,
feels
damn, I show living large niggas how to flip a death jam.
A lot more like typical of a boom bap beat, like a boom bap trap to me.
I still want a brother. I'm ruthless, my clan don't have to act wild. That shit is job. And no sleeping bag profile. The soft comedian rap shit ain't the rough witty. On the real of real, it wasn't from a tough city. Niggas became thinking that they lyrical surgeons. They know they mics are phone the virgin. And if you ain't on the mic, you couldn't hurt a beat. That's like going to Venus driving.
This has a very different production clarity to it.
I'm death rowing MC with Mike Cables. The epic is that I rush associated labels from east, west to ACO. I bring it to a next plateau, but I keep it fat though. Yo, I'm hitting batters up with the wild pitch style. I even showing uptown MCA style. Who thought he saw me on 4th and Broadway, but I was out on the island bombing MCs all day. priority is that I'm first priority. I bone a secret out of bitch in a sorority. So look out for A&M, the Abbott and the master, breaking down your pendulum as I finger them C's out with a blow that'll numb to ya. Pendex, I'm holding more weight than Columbia. Index in a scope, we all CA clan that's coming with a plan. The free age slave of a mental death. MC, don't panic, throw that A&R nigga off the boat in the Atlantic. Know who's the bad boy character? Not from Arista, but firing weapons released on Geffen. So duck as I struck with the soul of Motown. My central broadcasting systems are slowed down and dirty like that bastard. It's getting drastic.
I'd say this is pretty great. I'll give this like an 8.
Another Wu banger. 36 chambers through your area.
Yeah, the RZA, fat tracks on the disc.
Razor sharp.
Another Wu-Tang production, kid, coming at ya.
I do think it might be a tiny bit lower than Liquid Swords. This feels like a harsher rating. I think I might bump things up at like half point or a point. I'll give it a 7.5 just because I do like, just so for the ranking purposes, for you to see. Like, I do think this is a bit below Liquid Swords for me. So I wouldn't want them, I don't want to like you guys to see them on the same rating.
Choose the sword, and you will join me.
If they have chamber in the name, it's going to be fucking sick, right?
Choose the ball, and you join your mother in death. You don't understand my words, but you must choose.
I feel like RZA is an underrated rapper because he's only talked about as like a producer, it feels.
So, come boy, choose life or death.
Ooh.
The only man a whole wait for is the Sky Blue Valley Kid. In 83, Rock Taylors. My Memorex perform tape decks. My own phone sex. Watch out for Haiti bitches. I heard they throw heads. Yo, Wu whole platoon is filled with raccoons. Corner sitting wine niggas sipping apple boom. This ain't a white cartoon. Cause I be ducking crazy space. The kid hold white shit like blacks rock ashy legs. Why is the sky blue? Why is water wet? Why did Judas rat the Romans while Jesus slept? Stand up, you're out of luck like 2 dogs stuck. Iron Man be sipping rum out of Stanley cups. Unflammable, Noriega, aiming nozzles. Stay windy in Chicago, spine tingle, mind boggles. Kangos and rainbow colors, promoters try to hold dough. Give me mine before Poe, wrap you up in so-and-so. I ran the dark ages, Constantine the Great, Henry the Eighth. Built with Genghis Khan, the red suede Wally Dawn.
I judge wisely, as if nothing ever surprised me. Lounging,
And this is probably my first killer priest.
ivory, I'm lively. My dome piece is like building stones in Greece. My poems are deep from ancient thrones I speak. I'm overwhelmed as my mind roams the realm. My eyes the visions, memory is the film. Others act subtile, but they fragile above cloud. They act wild and couldn't budge a crowd. No matter how loud they get, though they growl and spit, clutch their fists and throw up signs like a crip and throw all types of fit. I leave them split like ass cheeks and rag pussy
Hey yo,
lip.
camouflage chameleon, ninja skill in your building. No time to grab the gun, they already got your wife and children. A hit was
Yeah,
sent
like,
from the president.
dude,
to
RZA
raise
is
residents because
genuinely
you
one of my
had
favorite
secret
rappers
evidence and
of
documents on how
Wu-Tang
they
for
raped the
sure.
continents. Against the prominent, dominant Islamic, Asiatic, Black, Hebrew. The year 2002, the battle still with the Wu. 6 million devils just
He's so
died
underrated
from the
as a rapper.
flow of the Ebola virus under the reign of King Cyrus. You can see the weakness of a man right through his iris.
Like, I think he has the best verse so far.
Lakes of hot oil, uncoils your skin. Chicken heads getting slim like olive oil. Only plant the seed deep inside fertile soil. Fortified with essential vitamin and minerals. Use the sky for a blanket, stuff and cloud inside my pillow. Rolling with the lamb, 12 tribes, 144,000 chosen. Protons, electrons always cause explosions.
The banks of G, all cream down's a bet. Money feet good, opposites off the set. It ain't hard to see my C's need guard degree. I got mouths to feed, unnecessary beef is more cows to breed. I'm on some tax-free shit by any means, whether bound to hit scheme or some counterfeit cream. I learned much from such swift cons to run scams. Veterans got the game spiced like ham, and from that, sons are born and guns are drawn. Clips are fully loaded, and then blood floods the lawn. Disciplinary action was a fraction of strength that made me truncate the length 1/10. Whoop a stump, tweeters hiss like air pumps. RZA shaped the track, niggas caught razor bumps. Scar trying to figure who invented this unprecedented, opium scented, dark tinted. Now watch me blow him out of shoes without clues, cause I won't hesitate to detonate them short fuse.
I'll give this one like a 9. I think I prefer the 2 10s I give him, but like I think I do prefer 2 of the Iron Mike on this track. But dude, it's crazy that RZA didn't really have much of a solo career, right? Like I see his albums, they have 100 ratings. Cause like he's a really good rapper. I've always appreciated his verses. Like I still think maybe my favorite verse across every Wu thing is RZA's verse on Tears. I think that's my favorite. Like it's just, it's so emphatic. Like he's just so much emotions coming in. Method Man has. Ooh, I love this beat. Like the samples and shit. Like I don't know. Like the, I guess turntabling is the term maybe? I love it.
Breaks it down to the bone gristle. Ill speaking, scud missile, heat seeking. Johnny blazing, nightmares like Wes Craven. Niggas gunning, my third eye seen it coming before it happened. You know about them fucking statin kids, they smashing everything, in any shape, form, or fashion. Now everybody talking about they blasting. Is you busting still or is you flashing? Talking out your asshole. You should have learned about
actually
the
good with
afro. Italian stallion, chinky eye and snot nose. From my naps to the bunion on my big toe, I keeps it moving. Know just what the fuck I'm doing. Rap insomniac, being to catch a nigga snoozing. Slip the cardiac, arrest me. Exorcist hip hop possess me. Crunch a nigga like a Nestle. You know my stage.
One of my favorite verses on the album so far.
Sneaky ass alley cat, top pedigree. The head toucher, industry party bum rusher. You don't like it, dick up in your fuck ya. Best to go back and check your fucking stack, because your naps ain't nappy enough and your reach ain't rugged enough.
Yo, I slayed them C's back in the rec room era. My style broke motherfucking backs like him for terror. Most rap niggas came loud but unheard. Once I pulled out, round them off to the nearest third. Check these non-visual niggas with tapes in a portrait. Flood the seminar trying to orbit this corporate industry. But what them niggas can't see must break through like the woo unexpectedly. Protect your neck, my sword still remains imperial. Before I blast the mic, RZA scratch off the cereal. We rain all year round from June to June. While niggas bite immediately, if not soon. Set the lynching and inform the execution date as this 2000 beyond slang suffocate. Amplify sample through vacuum tubes, compressions. Cause RZA the charge niggas 20 G's a session.
When my mind starts to clicking and the strategy is mastered, the plot thicken. This be that woo shit. I don't give a cotton picking. Fuck about a brother trying to size a nigga up. I hold my own. Hard hat protect the dome. Look at mama, baby boy acting like he grown. No time for sleep, I get deep as the baritone. Killer bee that be holding down his honeycomb. Lounging son, woo brother number one. Protect your neck.
It's like verses like this that make me realize, like, yeah, I can understand why, like, Method Man also feels like one of the most popular. Like, maybe the most popular. Depending on who you ask.
Full throttle, time to bungee to the next episode. I keeps it grungy, hand on my nut sack and spitting lunges. At a whack nigga that don't understand the fact when they come to RZA tracks. I don't know how to.
Fuck it, I'm giving it a 10. I love this fucking track, dude. Like, Method Man kills this song. Holy.
All in together now. Things are getting good, looking better now.
Also, the beat is just so nice. I love the fucking, like, the samples and, like, the, I don't know. I just love the beat a lot.
Yeah, it's a good life, you know?
Mr. Bobby Stills, the Tony Starks on the line 1 for Mr. Bobby Stills.
Stills over here. Peace.
Are these
Starks, what's going on,
recorded
baby? Yeah, everything is lovely over here.
deliberately? Are these real
Yeah, no,
interactions?
back
Like
to
there's a lot of like talking back and forth on like the albums.
Yeah.
I'm always wondering how that happens. Is it like a reenactment in the studio of something that happened, or is it just like
Yeah, he has a briefcase.
made?
Okay. Okay, I got
Like,
it.
is it all fake?
Alright, thanks.
Is it all kayfabe? You know?
Bobby Stills.
Mr. Greco, good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. So is everything okay? Is everything working as we planned?
Everything is working out very nice.
Oh, this one is obviously
Cash,
red.
$20,000.
So we have the cash. We don't have to talk. Hey. Look, we got the cash. We know cash rules everything around this motherfucker. Let me ask you.
But I guess I'm talking about like other ones that aren't obviously written.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Greco. Do you know Don Rodriguez? Don Rodriguez from the Bronx. Don Rodriguez.
Don't know who you're talking about.
Well, I think you do know him because your fucking friend Don is down at 120 Precinct right now singing his fucking ass off like a fucking bird.
Life of a drug
fucking
dealer.
guys is coming. You believe him?
Killer Hills 10304.
I like how the beats are like quite distinctly different. Like Fourth Chamber was definitely very like 36 chambers. But, like the last production was like more sampley turntable thing. This has a completely different vibe as well.
Restaurants on a stakeout, so order the food to take out. Chaos outside a Spark Steakhouse, maintain the power. I feel the deal's going sour, nigga. Mr. Wedding, late a fucking half hour. And this man who bought land from Tony Starks while we was contracting bricklaying jobs in city parks, he's a loan shark. Interest rates a grand to a finger in the garment districts. Got it sewn like singers. Is all I talk blasphemy. This kid after me for the heights in the Burlington Coat Factory. Fuck it. He turned stakes on my nigga Castro, this co-pilot who used to drop right sacks of blow on this remote area we label Dead Man's Island, 200 miles south from Thailand. Right off the docks, I got luxurious custom-made yachts, burial plots for my niggas hit with fatal shots. There's no need for us to spray up the scene. I use less men, more powerful shit on my team, like my man Muhammad from Afghanistan. Grew up in Iran. The nigga runs a neighborhood newsstand, a wild Middle Eastern bomb specialist, initiated at 11 to be a terrorist. He set bombs and bottles of champagne, and when niggas pop the cork, niggas lost half their brains. Like this ex-worker tried to smuggle a half a key in his left leg. Even underwent surgery. They say his pirate limp gave him away as the feds rushed them, coming through U.S. Customs. Now look who's on the witness stand singing, a well-known soprano, a smash hit from Sammy Gravano. Here's the plan, minimum for the hit, 200 grand, halftime at the game, blast the niggas out the stands. The sharpshooters hit the prosecutors, judges are sent photographs of their wives taking baths along with briefcase filled with 1.5, that's the bribe. Take it or commit suicide, first rule. Anyone who schemes on a goal in Syria, I want their small intestines ripped from the interior. I got a price for those Jews shipping freight cargo. Don't forget the launder the cream through Wells Fargo. Reconstruct those processing plants for the call of Costa Rica. 400 barrels of ether, 200 pounds of reefer, and 50 immigrants with fake visas.
Or like, great to amazing track.
Life of a drug dealer.
This is just an amazing album.
10304. The saga continues.
Oh, actually, I feel like I'll drop it down to, like, because of the skip at the start, which I don't mind, but, like, it's weird, like, with some Wu-Tang, they can just kind of get away with it, but I much prefer if the skits were a separate track that lead into it, so, like, every single time I listen to the track, I don't have to listen to the skit, because like when I'm listening to an album, I want that skit when I'm listening to the album front to back. But like if I'm wanting specifically, like if I'm like, I fucking love these 2 verses or something from a track, it's like I don't know if I want the skit. And then we have like a long outro here, which I don't mind too much at all, because it's a nice beat, but like it makes it a lot less replayable. I might even give it like 7.5, because I think I would listen to Labels over this track.
Here we go. Come on.
A battle was fought in Brooklyn. Haitian soldiers killed 3,000 men. Much of the fighting took place in what is now Prospect Park and Greenwood Cemetery, as well as the park
low
slopes
blowers,
and
illegal
neighborhoods.
cocaine growers, starvation, profanity, anxiety, brothers try me, gunslingers, dead ringers.
Yo, my slang's out of this world. Mixed collaboration, man, little man and his girl. Way of life got me thinking. Plus I'm analyzing young youths on roofs. You know, 3-time felony groups roll together. Tropical trees, but whatever. Yo, we could go run up on kids for levers. What drug? Faculties, bubble keys for cheese. Cream flow like 7 C's. Hit chicks, Guyanese. Word up. Hold your head before you fall out. The more out, the devil want that. Let's get my niggas locked on.
Damn, I've missed right one.
That be my only vendetta with life. Feed your seed right, he's breathing and deep right. Chef, remarkable, sparkable, raps, and tackable.
He has that like youthful energy that like a Illmatic like Nas has.
Nice, laying back, speak on my life. Word up.
Smokers, vow carriers, mocha tokers, burned
I like you, God, too.
brothers building, save the children, investigative reports.
Calling all cars, ghetto psychos, often dangerous, leaving mass scars on those who were found, bound, gagged, and shot while they blast the spot. Victims took off like astronauts. Get with this, even your best can't. Come on down. You're the next contestant. Get your pockets dug from all your chemical bankings. Caught them at the red light on Putnam Avenue in Franklin. They used to heat up the cipher with a shot that was hyper.
Cypher, spell it correctly?
Sniper. He just came home to Sparford, rolling like Kaufman, and lay that ass out like carpet. Stop the stuttering, boys. Say complaints for the 5-0. Then praise the God. Bow. They release shots and premeditate to grab. And then they jet back to the lab, and then remain in Shallon, and endangered Allen. Shorties lose blood by the gallons.
Crack patients, dime smokers, vow carriers, mocha tokers, burned
I love this.
brothers building, save the children, investigative reports.
Yo, I grabbed the
The entire
pen,
concept,
revenge and Lucy, like Muslims standing on the block rocking the kufi. The $100 kick rocking kids back
Rapping
from war, starring
performances.
gun wars with black Reeboks and velours. Jungle way of life, living villain, packed with visions, copywritten, throwing bread to pigeons. Christ has risen, King elegant, slang master jacket, Spencer noodle hats in '69. Old time is time the brother shot crafts, the baggy blue guest things.
I might even want to give this a 10. I don't know. It feels like perfect in a way.
The go to D's play the benches. Rednecks be hanging big niggas down in Memphis. Back in NY, hit the bullseye with loaded nines. Life is like Tarzan, swinging from a thin vine. Shattered dreams and mirrors, only the breast spirals. Aim at the white shadows with big barrels. The Moedas, the ball headers milking armorettas.
Damn, these are some of the best like features. It just makes the album as well. It adds so much to it. I'll give this a 10. Like I think it's another perfect track.
Backstabbers, low blowers, illegal cocaine growers, starvation, profanity, anxiety, brothers try me, gunslingers, dead ringers, investigative reports.
This album is just so good.
Investigative reports. Investigative reports.
How many streams does it have? Well, thank fuck it. Like there's suddenly some tracks that have like tens of millions or like hitting 100 million. But it's just like kind of sad that like investigative reports. This song is so good, but it's like 10 million's not a lot. Something that good. I'm so curious what Killer Priest sounds like because he just did the skit, I think, on the other track. I love this beat. What the fuck? Dude.
When a motherfucker steps out of his place and get slapped in his motherfucking face just because the motherfucker tried to base with G.O.D. with G.O.D. And while I see his whole clique passes by, motherfuckers think they qualify. And for those niggas want to try the G.O.D. the G.O.D. Yeah, I'm not caught up in politics. I'm no black activist on a so-called scholar's dick. I come through with the woo and drop math and versatile freestyle bombs up on the graphs and deliver all things in number and weight. Search to depth on how living things relate. Cause at a young age, I was molded in a religion I
like this one. It's also kind of answering what I was saying at the start. Like, where did they come from?
But with knowledge itself from off the shelf, made things seem complicated, now small like else. So turn off the lights, light a candle, have a seance, pull a lid off the demarked scandal. Witches, warlocks, spooks, and holy ghosts. RZA, let's defraud the hoax. When the motherfucker steps out his place and gets slapped in his goddamn face. Just because
God damn.
what he tried to base.
Why do they put motherfucker now?
With G.O.D. And while I see his whole clique passes by, motherfuckers think they qualify. And for those niggas want to try the G.O.D. the G.O.D. We were on the same ship when the slaves were checked. I had to pull your card, you was on the top deck, so I plotted my escape. I saw the thin line between love and hate, fast from the hog on the plate. I suffered brutal pain from whips and chains, punishments that were set to wash the brain. So look, listen, observe, and also respect this jewel. Draw it up, detect, and reflect this light I shine, because my power is refined through the truth, which manifests through eternal minds. Purified gases and masses, the same elements that help spark civilization classes. I see brothers quote mad plus degrees, lip professing ass niggas can't feed their own seeds when a nigga steps out his place and gets slapped in his motherfucking face just because the nigga what he tried to base with G.O.D. with G.O.D.
I love this.
His whole clique passes by.
I'd want to give this a 10. I think I'll give it a 9 now. But.
And for those niggas want to try the G.O.D. the G.O.D. When a motherfucker steps out his place and gets slapped in his goddamn face just because the nigga when he tries to base with G.O.D. G.O.D. While I see his whole clique passes by, motherfuckers think
This is one of those tracks that could be a 10 for me. Like, on a very listen or something. Like, this is just an amazing song. It's like the most. It might be the track that like lyrically wraps my attention the most, maybe, or up to, at least like it's one of the better ones on this. Dude, this is an insane album. It sounds so fucking good. Like now, also like when I'm thinking about like '95, there are like albums from that time that sound like a bit dated. This just sounds timeless.
Where stars are born, streets are shot up, apartment buildings are torn and ripped up, stripped up, jacked up and backed up with things cause the bosses on the scene they got it cracked up. Kids are slinging in my lobby, little Steve and Bobby, getting paid but it's a life-threatening hobby. Yeah, they still play hide and seek, the things seek for the crack and they hide and let the cops peek. Grown folks say they should be out on their own before the gangs come and blow up their mom's home because their lifestyle is hectic, so fucking hectic. Bow, 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 bullets are ejected. My lifestyle was so far from well. Could've wrote a book with a title, age 12 and going through hell. Then I realized the plan. I'm trapped in a deadly video game with just one man. So I don't only watch my back, I watch me front. Cause it's the niggas who front, they be pulling stunts. Back on the Ave, up Livonia in Bristol with a pistol. Sticking up Pamela and Crystal. You know your town is dangerous when you see the strangest kid come home from doing the bit and nothing changes. What is the meaning of crime? Is it criminals robbing innocent motherfuckers every time? Little shorties take walks to the schoolyard, trying to solve the puzzles to why is life so hard. And as soon as they reach the playground, wow, shots ring off and now one of them lay down. It's so hard to escape the gunfire. I wish I could rule it out like an umpire, but it's an everlasting game and it never ceases.
This is a perfect track. This is a 10.
So I got your back.
I fucking love this song.
Watch your front, cause it's the niggas who front. They be pulling stunts. I got your back, but your best to watch your front. Cause it's the niggas who front, they be pulling stunts. I got your back, but you best to watch up front. Cause it's the niggas who front, they be pulling stunts. I got your back, but you best to watch up front. Cause it's the niggas who front, they be pulling stunts.
Like the beat is just pounding, but it's not distracting from like the message of the track and like the, it's like giving, like that's at the forefront, like the lyricism. The only thing I can maybe say is like, it deserves a 9 instead of 10. It's like, of course, a bit repetitive, but I love RZA, dude. See, like that, I love that voice that RZA does. Like, it's all over tears. Just so good. I like how looming this track is. I'll give it a 9, but it's like a high 9. I'm gonna do half points on a re-listen, like what? But this is fucking really good. This is such a, like, I'm very appreciative. Thank you, Aubrey, for requesting this, because like, to be able to experience these albums for the first time and have it kind of be like a part-time job, it's like a really blessed position. And like, it isn't lost on me how like amazing this is. Like I feel it like every day, especially when I'm listening to a track as amazing as this. And like,
your technique is magnificent. When cut across the neck, a sound like wailing winter winds is heard, they say. I'd always hoped
I really like
to
this.
cut someone like that someday. To hear that sound.
I love this.
But to have it happen to my own neck is ridiculous.
Where is this from? Is that just Killer Priest, or is like that's from somewhere? Because it's really captivating. Lost track. They like, this is one of the albums that like, I'll pause it actually, like before we get to the last track. Like, I'm recording for 1 hour and 12. I've done a lot of albums now that are like shorter, like 30, 40 minute, 50-minute reactions. This 1 hour and 12 is leaning towards like the longest side, like on the longer side. Not longest. I've done reactions for like 3 hours, but it's leaning on like a longer reaction. This does not feel like that at all. It does not drag, not even fucking remotely. Like the level of captivation that I have with this is, it gives me the same level of like effort exuded or whatever the fuck as a 20-minute album. Like it's, yeah, my attention has just been wrapped the entire time. And it's not like it's just throwing a shit ton of like gimmicky shit to like keep your attention. It's patient a lot of the time as well, and I'm still so into it. It reminds me of like a really well paced like 2.5, 3 hour movie, like that feels like 1.5 hours. It's like, yeah, it's just, it's incredible.
Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
I like how they reframe stuff like that, like Bible.
Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Life is a test, many quests to universe. And through my research, I felt the joy and I heard. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. The basic instructions before leaving knowledge is wisdom. This goes back when I was 12. I love doing right, but I was trapped.
I love Killer Priest's voice.
Had mad
ideas, sad eyes and tears, years of fears, but yo, my foes couldn't bear. I searched for the truth since my youth, and went to church since birth, but it wasn't worth the loot that I was paying, plus the praying. I didn't like staying, cause of busybodies and dizzy hotties. That the preacher had souped up the lies, had me cooped up looking at loot button thighs. During the service, he swallowed up the poor, and after they heard this, they wallowed on the floor. But I ignored and explored my history that was untold, and watched mysteries unfold, and dropped a jewel like Solomon, but never follow men, cause if you do,
I love the production in the back end.
Space oblivia, all the abyss, with no trace of trivia left.
Who's Fourth Disciple? They're the producer on this. It's so good.
He was kept from the mine, and from the caves he crept from behind, and what he gave was a sect of the swine. When the Bible, it condemns the pig. I don't mean to pull your hems or flip your wigs, but we used to wear a turban, but now we in the urban. No more wearing beanies or dressed like a genie. No hocus pocus, cause I focus on the facts, and put it on the tracks, and brought it through the wax. I speak on Jacob, it might take up some time, and too much knowledge, it might break up the rhyme. I did it anyway just to wake up the mind of those who kiss stones or praise on the carpet, those who sit home and sell books by the market.
I'm sorry to pause in the middle of it. I could be showing my ignorance as well, but it's interesting. He's like talking about like swine and that sort of like pigs and stuff like that. It's talking about the Bible. My understanding is like to use Bible is like, okay, you're leaning towards Christian stuff, but I'm pretty sure like my understanding was like pigs, cows, that sort of thing is like what would it even be considered, like non-Catholic, non-Christian denominations. And I'm wondering, like, is there, I don't know, like, is there certain like cultures and stuff like that where there's like a different flavor of Christianity that has some of that crossover with the same sort of references, I guess, like of cow, swine, that sort of thing.
They mind revived for years. Religion did nothing but divide the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Life is a test, made me quest the universe. And through my research, I felt the joy and I heard the first shall be last and the last shall be first. The basic instructions before leaving.
If I'm being honest, like, like this track is 11. Like it's one of the best songs ever. Like,
the basic instructions before leaving Earth. I stroll through the books of Job to unfold and open Bibles instead of hoping on revivals. Calling on his name and screaming hallelujah. When he hallelujah, that's how the devil's fooled ya. See, look into my eyes, brethren. That's the lies of a reverend. Why should you die to go to heaven? The earth is already in space. The Bible I embrace. A difficult task I had to take. I studied till my eyes were swollen and only arose when I found out that we were the chosen. I deal with the truth and build with the youth and teach my son as he kneels on the stoop. Son, life is a pool of sin, corrupted with foolish men and women with wicked minds who build picket signs to legalize abortion, the evil eye extortion. I quit son with my wisdom. Before I converted, I was perverted and knowledge was asserted. The study of wisdom, I preferred it. The understanding, it gave me mental freedom. I even learned Caucasian were really the tribe of Edom. The white image of Christ is really Caesar Borgia. And the second son of Pope Alexander, the sixth of Rome. And once the picture was shown, that's how the devils tricked my dome. I prophesied to save a man, but no one gave a damn. From my nation, the seed of Abraham. Blessed with the tongue of Hebrew. Now we strung on needles, and some are plunged in evil. So study and be wise in these days of darkness. Peace to my nephew Marcus. The basic instructions before leaving Earth. Life is a test, made me quest the universe. And through my research, I felt the joy and I heard the first shall be last and the last shall be first. The basic instructions before leaving Earth. Life is a test, made me quest the universe. And through my research, I felt the joy and I heard the first shall be last and the last shall be first. The basic instructions before leaving Earth. Life is a test, made me quest the universe. And through my research, I felt the joy and I heard the first shall be last and the last.
it's one of the things that I feel like nice hip hop has also done a massive aspect to me is being more. I grew up in a atheist household. I used to have like a hatred for it. Like he talks about it like, oh, religion used for hate, that sort of thing. It's kind of all I ever saw it as. And listening to like Lauryn Hill and stuff like that is, and like Kanye West and stuff, and seeing how like the black church, and then reading more like into history and stuff like that, like seeing how the black church was very much a safety place for when black people were going through the most forms of discrimination, it frames it a bit differently. Because religion, I guess, being like living rural or whatever, you only see it not like used through like a lens of like it being the top of the power structure and not used as like a survival mechanism or something like that. So I got more comfortable with religion. I don't think I'll ever believe in it because I don't think I can. But I now have like an appreciation for all this stuff through like a secular lens, where like I think Jesus is really fucking interesting, but I just don't believe any of like the miracle stuff. Like I don't believe in the stuff that we genuinely just can't prove, like the immaterial stuff. But when you just even look through like Jesus' life through the lens of like this, even if you don't think about religion whatsoever, it's a bloke that was so influential, time is based off of him. That's just an interesting guy to learn about. Like, I want to learn about that dude. I want more history to be like, all right, let's get into... I want more, like, fucking scholarly history about that. Like, that's an insane level of influence that we just do not fucking see. Like, that's, like, an inconceivable level of influence that a person can have. Which, obviously, is why people think it's, like, godly and divine. Because it's, like, holy shit. But, like, crazy. And I guess, like... I think listening to, like, songs like this gives me an extra appreciation. And, like, I feel, like, more open to that experience and more empathetic towards that experience. Even if, like, it showcases, like, I'm vehemently pro-choice. So, like, even if it drops a bar like that, it's like, all right, we can disagree with that. We can quibble about that later, you know? Like, you can just put that to the side and you can just connect to the music in all of, like, the healthy, positive ways that it is expressing itself, I guess. Really fucking good track. Also, amazing album. Again, thank you, Aubrey, for requesting this. I love doing Wu-Tang albums, and I'm really appreciative. This is an incredible album. I can see why it's so beloved. I think some of these tracks will go up a tiny bit in ratings. But I feel like at the bare minimum, seeing the ratings, I think this is going to be an amazing track, like amazing album, like 9, around there. Absolutely lovely. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Absolutely love you. If you want to support further, watching this far is support enough, but if you want to support further, request your own Wu-Tang album, because I can't do any... if no one requests Wu-Tang, then sadly, as much as I want to do it, I can't do it, because I am getting paid. This is a job now. So, if you want to see more Wu-Tang, just need one person to sub, and they can request. It's $5 a month, up to 20, depending on what you want. If you want... Basically, the extra tiers is like, hey, do you want to pay for me to do this within, like, 2 weeks? Instead of doing the backlog of the amount of albums that I have. But, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Absolutely love you. Peace.